guys, welcome to Let's Play Chrono. Last time, we made our way through Fossil Valley, and we finally got access to the northern half of the main continent in Homeworld. We also explored part of Termina, and then I cut the episode off a little abruptly because, well, it was just too long. This time, we continue to talk to the people around here. This guy loves boats, but he can't become a sailor because he gets seasick. So he's going to be a craftsman. Watch all the boats for research. That boat in the docks is the best and fastest of them all. Wish I could build one like that. Interesting. Wasn't that guy a big fan of Korsh's boat last time? Huh, what's going on here? Oh, I guess this, the forge isn't active anymore. Sad to see it without a blaze. Apparently they're closing shop for Zappa's desires. Apparently he's going somewhere. Finish what we started long ago. Stay here and wait for Karsh's return. Karsh hasn't been around in 3 years. Interesting. That's the second time that number's come up. Poor military gets on our asses. Sun's probably fine as well. If you talk to them again. Radius, it's been a while. Bigger things to concern us. You're not from around here. Best you're getting out of me, I know it's terrible. Thing called Rainbow, a superb material that can be forged into anything. That's what you're looking for. Do you mind if I joined? Give you a wee token. Use this anytime and find me and do my something I can't read. It's gibberish. Anyway, we get the Smith Spirit, which basically means on a save point or the world map, we can go and do anything we need to in the store, as far as weapons go. And Zappa joins the party. Zappa is red innate and relatively powerful. In fact, he's probably better than Radius. The downside, look at that accuracy, 80%. Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify since he's going to miss everything all the time. But powerful if you want a physical attack. Call me anytime you like. Interestingly enough, you might remember this guy from the other path. Master Zappa hasn't been himself since his son Gogh disappeared. Stares out the window. Just not behaving normally. I'm not going to become a blacksmith here because the master is not focused. So he's going to become a trader. So if you need to trade for any elements, come here. Now, they've introduced a new thing on this side. You'll notice in the middle right there. Certain ones of these, you have to redeem elements of a certain color. So here, you can only use black innate elements and redeem those. Your best bet is still to use the level 2 healing ones, since they're the cheapest things that you can get if you need these particular ones. Most of the ones that require a specific color are ones that you should have enough of anyway, as you can kind of see here. In fact, I think we have more than enough of most of them. Now, we can flat out get a bunch of mithril here if you want, and it's up to you if you want to do that or not. It's a far as I know, we should have enough to do all of the forging that we need to do now anyway. So I wouldn't even bother picking that up right now. But do note that it's here if you ever want to do that later. Yeah, there's plenty of free ones to be found, so I will go over those as we get access to them. Now, something's a little different around here. This house looks a lot different than it did before. Van's father, Gogh. He's in the back room. This place looks nothing close to the mansion that was here before. If you want, I'd be willing to guide you around. Small fee involved. I think it's a bargain. Sure. What's going on? Long enough to pay your debts. I'm not gonna wait any longer. Pay up now, or I'll have you move out of this house. Apparently the landlord's a bit of a dick. Want to make this place my personal storage for my precious treasures. Because of course the world is designed to make the rich get richer. Oh, Van is apparently going to pay the debt. Saved up an allowance. This is what I got. That won't even pay off the interest. Then I'll be able to get money. Just need a little bit more time. Going with these guys to search for the frozen flame. Are you now, bud? Yeah, pretty bright, but still just a kid. Naive to believe a fairy tale like the frozen flame. It's a joke. Now, the correct answer that you want to do is no. We're serious. I don't know how the scene plays out the other way because I would never want to choose that. Not a bad joke, though. Frozen Flame is supposed to be the treasure of all treasures. Even if it's just a legend, there's something very tempting about it. Alright, I'll wait a little longer. Have the Frozen Flame ready by the time I get back here, and don't burn yourself. Though you'll probably never find it. So yeah, on this path, Van and his father Gogh are poor. On the other path, they are ridiculously wealthy. Only we had money. Never would have happened. Though if you remember on the path in another world, Van didn't like the fact that his father only focused on business and never spent any time with him. So it's a bit of craving, the other side without really knowing the extent of it. Even though we don't have money. Yeah, where are we going to live if we get kicked out? We're out of money because you're not selling any of the paintings we have in the room. Pictures are not good enough to sell yet. Only want to sell pieces I'm satisfied with. Those who understand my work. As you can see, the father has taken a drastically different perspective on life. This one's focused entirely on his art. The other one was focused entirely on money. But if you remember, it was only after the wife passed away. At least I believe that was part of this plot line. In this world, they don't mention much about the missing mother. Van's gonna have to find a place to live. Not particularly. Don't bother hanging around. Thanks. Thanks for going along with my bogus story. Piggy bank is right here. Hardest part is finding a place. Yeah, know the feeling. Next we have Dad's homemade paint color, El Nido Blue. Painting the sea in this color gives it the smell of salt water, supposedly. Not sure how that works, but sold the paint by itself and made a fortune off of it. Maybe that's what he did on the other path. This seashell. Only remaining reminder between me and my mom is this shell. It's cracked. Can't even hear the sound of the sea. I remember it all. Found the shell and held it gently to my ear. Remember the sound of the sea. Also got mad because I couldn't take home the sandcastle I made that day. Now we have to move out of the house that Mom and I lived in. I'll take care of Dad for you. Had a hard time dealing with our troubles, and ever since he was a child, he's still a child, made him do without so many things. He's grown a bit sarcastic. Very kind at heart. Hope I can let him do as he pleases. Yes, we're still here. No, I'm not here to buy anything. We really are looking for the frozen flame. Since when? You got me pretty ticked. Gonna cheer me up or something. No such thing exists in this world. Are you some kind of simpletons? Yeah, believe it or not, apparently we're looking for the frozen flame now. Okay. Your eyes tell me that you're telling the truth. Can't leave my dad here and go off on some fool's errand, although it's tempting. You don't have to find the frozen flame or anything. I just want you to go out into the world and broaden your horizons. All the people in the world, only a handful live in happiness. Even the people who look happy aren't really happy. I want you to go out and find what real happiness means. It'd be bad if any of the paintings were stolen. One moment. Take this with you. A boomerang? I'm not out there to play. What am I going to do with this? It isn't a toy. There will be danger. This should help when the time comes. And a boomerang comes back when thrown. I want this to be a reminder to you. That is potentially one of the most interesting ways to introduce a weapon to someone and give it that kind of reference back to what you're out there fighting for and the people that you're fighting for. But I'll take it with me, just in case. Better go before she comes back, meaning the landlord. And with probably one of the best character introductions of any character in the game, Van joins the party. Sadly, the extent of Van's characterization is already over. He has one more scene, and that's it. He's not a bad character, but he's not a good character either. He is green, which as you can see is kind of a problem. There's 3 innate green characters already. And, well, technically, like, he's a better mage than Radius is. But, yeah, we've already got Harley. In fact, I should probably be taking Harley out, to be quite honest, because both Lynx and Harley are black innate, and it would be nice to have a little more variety. But sadly, the only other variety I have is Zappa, and I'm not putting Zappa in. So we're going to keep these characters for now. But yeah, Van gets a really nice introduction to the group. He's just not, like, there's very little else that you can do with him. And I probably should have stopped this episode, or maybe I'll split this episode in half. It's already really long. I think we've done all the exploring that we can now. Talk to you one more time. You say that. I remember at one point there was a scene where we would bump into Norris, but I seem to have missed it multiple times now. And I'm not sure if it's just at a later point, but I know I've seen it before. I think you have to talk to him and then immediately go to leave to run into the scene. But I'm just not sure, to be quite honest. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep going a little bit more, and then I'm just going to cut this episode in half. Sir Norris has arrived, and now we can go in. And even if you don't bring Radius, Radius will end up being here anyway. And you'll get this little cutscene. Time sure does fly. Shocked to hear of Dario's death 3 years ago. General and the others are missing. The manor is in shambles. Took the liberty of conducting my own investigation, discovered nothing. A man named Lynx approached the general. Has involved him in some kind of incident. The only difference with the other world you talk about, that something happened to the general 3 years ago here. Let's hope that Norris knows something. Was not involved in the plan. I do not find it amusing. We sent some men to investigate the El Nido Triangle and investigate a mysterious beam of light. Here there's a monster-topped sky dragon isle. What is up with this place? Why did you include those specific 2 things together? Let's see here. Can I get... Oh, there we go. I can get over here. It's unstable here. Let's use the well on the right to reach the basement. Okay. So yeah, we can't access much of anything right now. Norris is in the basement. So let's go down. Please enter through here. Now they've removed whatever obstacle was here before, and now we can go through here. Interestingly enough, there's no music in this place. And if you run against the thing, it kind of glitches out a little bit. I believe there's one item here. Getting a mithril helmet, which is nice. I'm just going to push that off there. I don't think it does anything right now, but why not? Oh no, it does move. Okay, good. Ladder leading up to the prison is up ahead. He's standing in front of that other barrel. Though I suspect if I push that other barrel, it would probably go here, giving me access to over there. Just a thought, though. Well, this place has seen better days. That one's locked. And that one's locked. Do I have a key for this? Manor key? Parlor key. No, apparently I don't have a key for that. Apparently Norris is in here. The only accessible room. It's been a while, sir. As you can see, why did they make his face so red? What happened? Some of the portraits are good, some of them not so much. I much prefer his other portrait. That's not great. Manor is in shambles. No sign of the general or the others. Still investigating the area, but appears the frozen flame is not here. You really, Sir Lynx, seem different than I remember. This man is not Lynx. A dragoon. Retired for 4 years. One of the former 4 Devas. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Hard to accept that this man is not Lynx. May look like Lynx, spirit is that of another. Yeah, it's a little strange, but seems to be the case. Yeah, believe whatever you need to. What business do you have with Lynx? Anything about the disappearance of the general? Yeah, any information to direct me on where the bloody hell I'm supposed to go would be beneficial. Tell you what I know. Lynx first approached us about the existence of the frozen flame in El Nido. Now, if you remember earlier on when we heard about someone meeting with General Viper in the other world, it was a man from Por, or a beast man from Por. That was Lynx. Lynx was embedded in the Por military in some regard, whether as an outside consultant or a member or something. Being from the main continent, we had doubted its very existence, so I was sent to the El Nido archipelago as a spy. Oddly enough, that information is rarely talked about, but it is referenced later on. Narrowed down the location to Viper Manor, appeared as though the general and his men were in search of it as well. Called back to Por. It was then that I heard the Viper and his men had disappeared and the manor had been destroyed. Heard only recently that there is good evidence the general and his men headed to the Dead Sea. Dead Sea is an ocean located to the east surrounded by coral. It used to be called the Sea of Eden. But even then, not many dared enter. We investigated the area, but to no avail. We could find no entrance. Now, if you're familiar with the map from another world, something looks a little bit different over in that general area above Marbule and below the Isle of the Damned. Bit of a swirly of some sort there. Not exactly sure what that is. Apparently, Lynx brought them the idea to change a distorted world using the frozen flame. Grand dreams indeed. The Dead Sea, huh? Ocean was called the Sea of Eden until 3 years ago. This may be the clue we're looking for. Once we uncover Lynx's plans, it should be easy enough to counter them. Apparently that's the only way we can go there. But there's no way to go there. Oh, fun. Searched all over for an entrance, but no avail. No one knows anything about one either. The demi-humans of Marbule know something about this, but they detest humans, especially those from the main continent. Perhaps they would give us a hint if we were to go with you. May I join you then? Oh. Yeah, what about you, crazy? I will follow this, Monsieur Lynx. The other one is no longer Monsieur Lynx. So, Harley's crazy, and apparently just follows whoever looks like Lynx. There is a military boat docked in Termina. Let us use that. Norris enlisted in your party. Norris! Thank Christ he's not green! He's a little red in the portrait, but he is no longer a green color. He's also one of the best characters we have access to. Serge just ran away with strength in this file, but yeah, we're going to throw Norris right in the party. Norris is one of my favorite characters in the game, actually, at least for use in combat. He's just really good for the time you get him. He's powerful. He's one of the few good yellow innate characters in the game. And yeah, in fact, in my first playthrough, I took this party through a large chunk of the game, and then I replaced these two with another green and yellow innate character. Those of you who have played the game could probably figure out who those are. Yeah, it was interesting running through with them. Later on, I found out that Radius, long-term, probably not the greatest choice. Norris will be good for a good chunk of the game. So, let's bring him with us. And they're nice enough to warp us all the way back over to the other side here, where we can now go and explore over here. What do you say? I don't think I've ever talked to you in any time I've played this game. Hate when they take forever for the dialogue box to come up, and then by the time you start spamming the button again because you think it didn't work, and then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I've just canceled it out now. And they have now given us access to a boat. And as you can obviously hear, they've changed the traveling music. As well, a number of areas around here we still cannot get out. A number of the areas look the same, and a number of them look different. So now that we have free reign over the whole world again, cruise ship? Isn't it the same sprite as the Invincible? Now, there's some stuff that we can do. First things first, I'm going to go back to Termina here. Not because we need to go to Termina at all, but let's open up the menu. Smith Spirit. It basically takes us to any blacksmith that we want, and they'll have access to whatever the best blacksmith available that we can find in the world already has access to. So we can get up to mithril gear for whoever needs it. Now, we could pick up a new gun for Norris because he uses a gun. I would recommend against that because we're going to get an even better weapon for him before too long. Mithril mail, we've already got 3 of them, and Van comes with his own, so that's nice. We already picked up 1 mithril helmet, so I would like to pick up 2 more. And so now we have 3 mithril helmets, we have up to 3 mithril mails, and we have a proper weapon for everyone that I want to use, save for Norris. Everyone else has the best weapon they can get right now, so we don't need to buy any more weapons. So we've already got enough mithril to do all that. Some other things that we can do is we can go to the bluffs behind Viper Manor. And there's a new enemy there called Loch Ness. I don't think it's a new enemy, it's just a variation on an enemy we saw before. They're the ones that pop out of nowhere. That one has a rare carnivore element steel, which is a level 5 green element. Or anyway, it's supposed to have one. But in my test run when I came here, the enemies were just as weak as they were on the first path. So I think they might have screwed the pooch on it. There are 4 items that you can find there, and I believe they are all pieces of mithril. So let me double check my notes here. Actually, the walkthrough doesn't even mention, or like the walkthroughs that I've been looking through don't even mention going back there. I know I did in my test run to double check to make sure there are items there. I listed that there were 4 items. I think they're all mithril. I'll let you know in the start of the next episode because I'm going to do it off screen. That's, I think, the only thing that I'll do off screen because there's a bunch new stuff that'll be interesting to do. But I think we'll start next time by going into Shadow Forest because there's some cool things that we can do there. But because of one of the issues that was caused by them changing AI scripts, I'm going to poke my nose into Mount Pyre. And in doing so, I need to bring somebody else into my party. That being Sprig. Okay, we're back. I just had to cut briefly. We're not losing too much HP. Try and avoid fighting pretty much everything. You don't want to fight anything in here. The enemies here are pretty powerful, and do not fight the bull. Thank you. Yeah, basically, because we were not able to get access to Volcano earlier through the fight against the giant gloop, I'm going to make a very quick run in here to grab something really quick so that we can get access to that element earlier. Hi! I'm going to heal before I get anywhere close to you. Okay, I didn't have to, but at least I'm healed now. As you can see, things are a lot different this time around. There's no giant lizard in the ground there. Some treasure chests over there. Let's pop into Fort Dragonia really quick. Now, I'll note this now. If you decide to go through the entire process of doing all the puzzles all over again, you can get a new character right now. It's not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. What we're going to do, though, is just what we did last time. We're going to pick up the treasures here, and then we're gonna leave. So, Nostrum is a black element. It's a consumable that heals larger than a capsule. So that's nice to have. Denodorite, which is the next element that we're gonna need, and Volcano. This is the only way to get access to it as early as this in the remaster where we don't otherwise have access to being able to trap it. So I wanted to get it now to demonstrate that this is the earliest point that we can get access to it, and then I'm gonna bail. I want nothing to do with this place right now. The enemies are powerful, the puzzles are all exactly the same, and I don't want to do them. So we're not gonna do them. And then, since we cleared all the way through here, all we have to do is back on out, get on the boat, and other than making my little pit stop off screen at the bluffs there, whee! Next time we will start up in Shadow Forest. But anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.